I think it might be a connection in the headset itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first contest, bronze medal contest, men under 81 kilo.
Well, welcome back to Marrakech. It is day 3 of competition at the Junior World Championships. It's the final block and the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 81 kilo category. This features Murad Fatiev of Azerbaijan. He's up against Tato Grigalashvili of Georgia. The referee in the middle for this one is Hyun Suk Hee of the Republic of Korea. It will be Fatiev in the white judogi, Grigalashvili in blue, and with commentary on this and all of this afternoon's medal matches, it's a very warm welcome to Jin Shin. Good afternoon, Jin.
Good afternoon, Sheldon.
Take it away.
All right, we're off to a start here. Both of these players, of course, have had really tough days, but they've had a good break. Hopefully look really rested. Oh, and Grigalashvili in with the first big attack, taking Fatiev over, but no score. Fatiev was able to spin out.
I'm thinking there may be just a little bit of needle in this contest, given the previous contest that Fatiev was involved in, that bruising semi-final, the bruising quarter-final with Vladimir Akhalkadze of Georgia that he lost out.
Perhaps. Maybe it goes both ways too, because Grigalashvili certainly didn't want to be in this situation today.
No, I mean, he fancied himself as, you know, the finalist, and he lost out in the semi-final to David Karapetyan of Russia, although I think that was, you know, there can be no arguments there. That was sort of fair and square, whereas Fatiev may have, you know, a case for saying, oh, you know, I could have had this given to me then, or, you know, why was that given to me, or why was that not given against that fighter? Anyway, you know, they're here.
And I think that's fair. But again, just remembering, Fatiev has really the most atypical judo style I think I've ever seen. I don't think I understand how actually it works. You know, it's very unusual. And it would have been interesting to see, so just one point that would have been fun, might have had an all-Georgian final here in this weight class.
Yeah, he is very unorthodox, isn't he? He's also not aesthetically you know, the most attractive.
He's aesthetically difficult.
Yeah. He's not easy on the eye, is he?
But you know, it's just so unusual. I've seen some wrestlers do this too. They just have this really, really unusual style that actually presents its own challenges. You don't really know how to actually address his movement. So both players now have been penalized. Fatiev has 2, and there's still not even half the match to go. So, big kateguruma. Nice by Grigalashvili, breaking it down.
I'm just in the process of saying to Gene, you know, just showing that's where he needs to go.
Yep.
When he was coming through with the second thing, and that's what Grigalashvili has done throughout the day. When he's put an attack in, he's come back immediately, not necessarily with the same one. It could be a different one,
right? But
he's repeated it. He hasn't stopped. You know, he's been very, very not repetitive,
continuous.
Yeah. He likes to put them in bunches.
And that's excellent.
And it worked out well there, didn't it?
That's exactly what you needed to. Because everybody else who's played Fatiev has tried these more singular attacks one at a time. And he addresses them all. But this one, look at this. Bang! Really beautiful technique.
Right, so now the only difference here is what happens with the right hand. The right hand happens to be on the sleeve. In the past, that right hand would have dropped and gone between the legs.
So it's really unusual. You know, his left was on the near collar, right across the body, and then stepping through.
Yeah. So what I like to say to people when they tell me, "Oh, you've killed judo, no more kateguruma," I said, "Really?" Excuse me. Right. Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 81 kilo category. Kenikomi Bedel of Italy goes up against Guilherme Schmidt of Brazil. It's Bedel in the white judogi, Schmidt in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Jean-Claude Jimbi of Gabon. Yeah, just as we saw Grigalashvili leaving the competition area there, it looked as though it was written on his face, oh well, I'll have to accept that.
Yeah.
You know, the bronze will have to do.
Yeah.
Not what I came here for, but...
And it's certainly not the end of his career. He has a
He's
great career ahead of
isn't
him.
he?
Right. And hopefully this will be a terrific opportunity to learn from.
Yeah, this is the great place to come and sort things out where, of course it matters. Of course, the Junior World Championships matter, but they matter a hell of a lot more to some people than to someone like Tato Grigalashvili, whose eyes are set on a far bigger prize.
Right. And so it's important in a very different way. It's important as this, important milestone.
Yeah, if he's going to lose to Karapetian, better he does that in the semi-final of the Junior World Championships than in round 2 of the Olympic Games in Paris.
Right.
So
Right.
I think he'd already called Mate.
Yeah, he'd already
called Mate. That time we heard it.
Yes. But he's calling for a video review.
Well, he will have been instructed to call for the video review. They'll have had a look and say, no, you were right to call the Mate at that point. Carry on with your decision. Go ahead. Yeah. Stay with your decision.
Yep. So already a minute gone. Schmidt in for Tomonage.
Well, Schmidt's got to be careful because it won't be the first time that he's been called today for a false attack when attempting that little Sutemi-waza.
That's true.
That time I think that Bedel had to block it.
Right.
So if you have to block it, then it must be genuine.
Right.
But if he goes down and he's straight onto the arm, then I think he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Okay, both players really locked into a deep defensive posture. Oh, nice Uchi keeping things going. Oh, but giving Bedel the opportunity? No.
Lost it. Even at this young, developing stage, you're not going to get given that amount of time to secure the arm lock. And he was a little bit slow getting there.
Yeah. The time to do it was when Schmidt was still coming in, still driving. So, both players being really, really cautious about engaging here. Okay, now we're getting locked up. Schmidt really likes what he has. He's coming in, he's driving, he's putting Bedel in the corner. Really making sure that Bedel has limited options as to movement. Oh, Bedel's doing a good job of turning, getting out of that situation. But still, Schmidt has the better of this grip exchange and has all of the attacks. Bedel just being driven that time to move away. First, Shido? Yes, Shido. I think it was for stepping out. Could easily have been for passivity too. I didn't quite see it. Okay. Oh, that one wasn't so good. Schmidt went into this Tomonage again, but Bedel came right down with him. And Schmidt immediately tried to get into Jijigatame, but I think there's a question here as to whether or not Schmidt tried to engage in Konsetsuwaza. Nope, they're letting it go. Coming up on the last minute already. It's really remarkable how fast these matches can go when there are so few, mate is called, so few pauses, so few stops, referee stops. Bedel has yet to really launch any convincing attacks. It's all, oh, there we go. All I had to do was mention it. Finally came in with something where Schmidt really had to scramble, keep from getting scored on. Down to almost 30 seconds. I think these guys are both counting on it going into golden score. Neither one seems really determined to finish it up in regulation time. Oh, Badel's got an impressive amount of tape on his hands. Badel around the back. Schmidt trying to come inside.
I like from time to time to talk about who it suits better, the longer contest or the shorter contest. The problem for Badel is the two Judos. You know, if they weren't on the board, it's his contest. But having said that, Schmidt has two options here. One is to, you know, like everybody knows he should be doing, is to put a score on the board. The second is to encourage a third penalty for Badel. Badel doesn't have that option. He has one. He's got to score. He can't afford a third penalty.
And it's, oh, that one wasn't so good.
And you only have to look at the coach. If you look at the Brazilian coach, you'll see what he thought of that attack. You know, if he was in the middle, that Judo would already have been given, and that's his own player. He knows that that was a poor attack.
Nothing.
Yeah, he gets away with it.
That's the second time.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah, we all knew.
Yeah.
It was not hard.
And I think that what the coach was concerned about was he'd seen Schmidt's best shot and it hadn't worked.
Right.
So for him, the way for Schmidt to win this was for a third Judo. He doesn't care. He's going to put that down on his sheet saying, my boy won a bronze medal at the World Championships.
Right.
But because no one's going to ask him, well, did he win it on Judos or did he score? No, it doesn't work like that.
No.
You know, he just,
Bronze medal,
here's a bronze
wow.
medal. Wow, he must be good. You know, but what he doesn't want is for Schmidt now to commit a second error, and then that option goes out of the window because another thing comes into play then. Can he fight off the Italian?
Neither one of... Okay, so all this being said, neither player really is bringing, it seems like, their A game to this particular match. They are... You know, they're both playing very, very tactically. They're not, and not even particularly strategically. It's not like we've seen in other matches where, oh, there we go. Oh,
could be a turn.
Could be a turn
for Badel. Yeah,
yeah. No, it's given to Schmidt. Let's see.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, you see, the referee doesn't put the score on the board. Well, you shouldn't have signalled Ippon anyway. Anyhow,
so nobody got anything.
Nobody got anything for it.
So no control. Yeah. Found a little no control.
And if there was anything, it was going to be for Badel.
Right.
But the scoreboard operator put it on there. And he is going to score there.
That's it. Now, if he could do it then, he could have done it. Could have done it 4 minutes ago.
I think he had that little bit more of Badel being disappointed that he didn't get the score.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of seconds ago, trying to pick himself up, come back, and not settled yet, not back into that, you know, strong defensive position. One big attack, over he went.
Yeah. Okay, strong effort on both Badel and Schmidt. It'll be Guilherme Schmidt coming away with the bronze medal for Brazil. And that is a much better finish than it was shaping up to be, where somebody just penalized out. Yeah, that could have been.
Yeah, I liked it for
I liked it too.
a takeover.
And that's a bridge, definitely, on his head.
Yeah.
So, there we go. Big Gruma.
Ladies and gentlemen, the highlights.
Yeah, the legs give you the the clue as to whether they're going to call a bridge or not, because that's an unnatural
when you're reaching with your feet.
angle. Yeah,
it tells that you know what's happening and you're trying to
and now
prevent
you're trying to get off it. Right, we come now to the final of the under 81 kilo category. Vladimir Alakadze of Georgia goes up against David Karapetyan of Russia. It's Alakadze in the white judogi, Karapetyan in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Siniša Skirbic of Serbia.
On the way in, I had a chance. I just happened to run into my friend from Georgia, whose name is Irakli, and he said, "Do you know who this man is? This is the coach." And so he introduced me to the coach just now. It was very nice.
Both coaches have been top-level fighters,
Yeah.
absolutely top-level fighters. Ivan Pershing in the chair for Russia and Lasha Gujigiani for Georgia.
Alakadze has been doing most of the attacking in the moment, but Karapetyan has been extremely energetic as well.
Right, misidentification. I had to look that one up. Misidentification of the Russian coach. Right weight category. Wrong cycle. I was thinking about Kirill Voprosov. And I said hello to him this morning as Kirill. I don't know why I called him Ivan there, but that's who it is in the chair, Kirill Voprosov.
So identical stances, identical grips, both trying to eat away at the other person's stance, trying to get them just a little unstable. Ooh! And the Russian gets turned over by Alakadze. Karapetyan had been trying to do a little bit of Ouchigari, and Alakadze took the opportunity to really drive into him. So Alakadze comes up with the first Wazardi at just under 3 minutes.
Gujigiani being asked to take a seat, get in your chair.
Yeah.
Great shot. So Wazari the lead. Karapetyan with a bit of work to do here. Plenty of time left on the clock, 2.5 minutes in fact.
Oh, Ippon! What a throw! Alakadze coming up with the big Sore Surikamigoshi. Couldn't ask for a better way to earn the gold medal. So, first big medal for Georgia today.
Well, they follow yesterday. They had a gold medal winning performance in the under 57 kilo category. They've got one today in the under 81 kilo category. And we haven't even come to their returning world champion,
That's right, Bakauri.
Lasha Bekauri, and we've still got tomorrow the big boys in Gela Zalishvili.
Right. So, of course, Grigorashvili earned the bronze.
Yeah.
So, perhaps second big medal today then.
Yes, yeah. That's beautiful.
So, two, yes, amazing. Really
Gene, I know
beautiful.
you'd like to go through these things if we get another look at that. Just well, we maybe won't, but it's just such a beautiful finish there.
Ladies and gentlemen, next contest, bronze medal contest for women.
So, two terrific throws for the Georgians in their final matches for today. Just brilliant technical finishes.
Right, we come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 70 kilo category. Mina Agneta Ricken of Germany goes up against teammate Malina Galandi. It'll be Ricken in the white judogi, Galandi in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Vyacheslav Peretyeko of Uzbekistan. Gene.
So, we've seen this a couple times, players from the same nation facing each other. It's not where they'd ideally like to be. They'd love to be in different bronze medal matches, pick up an extra medal perhaps, but this is where we are. Oh. Got a little poke in the eye. Ricken. Galandi looking quite concerned. really, really inadvertent. Both players having a very low cuff grip. Ricken the first to move up and really getting Galandi to move. And then Galandi getting a chance, but still, yeah, Ricken's getting the best of his grip exchange. Oh, and getting in really deep for that Sewanage, but with that really unusual sleeve grip. It's a beautiful throw when it's done, but it's very difficult because your hands are so far away. Your hands are so far away from the center. Okay, Galandi picking up the first Shido for passivity. Ricken has had several attacks that Galandi has yet to respond, to which Galandi has yet to respond. Oh, lift. Ooh.
Kids loved that, didn't they? Galandi has got a much more orthodox approach to her judo. Her movement is a little bit more, as you would expect. Ricken has got some oddities about her, including that last pick-up there. It's not something that I think you're going to see come out of Galandi's playbook.
Or Germany in general.
Yeah, there may be a couple of judoka in Germany who will go for that. But Ricken, I think, she did knock out the number 1 seed early on.
She did.
And she has come up a couple of times with some nice techniques.
Now, if she were to, in that Sewanage, if she were to, just continue to develop it so that she's not just coming down flat on her knees and dead toes, but keeping her toes live so that she can come up as her opponent is coming around. But when you stay completely down like that, Galandi's been able to turn out of it, spin out of it, keeping her legs.
I also get the feeling that Galandi is probably team-wise and within the national setup. Oh, that's going to be a score for Ricken.
Yeah.
Oh, watch the arm now. Bad situation. Oh, good turn.
Yeah.
Oh, and no score for Ricken. That must have been close.
Oh, that was really close on the Konsetsu Waza.
That was close.
I think we're getting a review.
Oh,
okay.
That was really close. Best attack of the contest so far. I was just saying that I get the feeling that Galandi is the favoured one with the setup and everything. The whole look suggests to me that Ricken is the one who's got loads to do here. And now she gets caught.
She goes.
Yeah.
For Ippon?
Yeah, well, on her back.
Yep.
And she was the one who was coming forward. She was the one who was doing all the attacking.
Yep.
And eventually got caught out.
Galandi had some, but they just weren't as deep. This one particularly, though, Ricken just did one of those attacks too many. Galandi was ready for it. As Ricken came in, Galandi settled really well and just brought her right back. Really well played. So constantly aggressive play is not, always the answer. So here she comes in, and she actually wasn't set very well. She was too deep. Galandi had for the first time really good grips on both sides. Yeah. So she was completely ready. As soon as, if we see it one more time, as soon as Ricken comes in, Galandi comes down deep with her knees and her hips and really locks her back.
Bronze medal goes to Germany.
That's a great picture. Well, ausgezeichnet, Germany.
In the middle of your shot there was Miera La Puerta of Spain, who we had a good chat with this morning. I'll come back to her in a minute, but let's have a look at the first of the bronze medal contest, the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 70 kilo category. Morgan Ferreol of France
Chanteria.
is up against Mariam Chanteria of Georgia. It'll be Ferriol in the white judogi, Chanteria in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Roberta Chiolia of Italy.
And here we go. So Chanteria, of course, with the one huge upset early on. Oh! Oh my goodness! Wow. Our scoreboard went away.
Yeah, well, the French coach is looking to claim a score here.
That was a brilliant Kouchigari. Really caught Chanteria. And she got it. She got the Wazari.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back to what you were saying in the previous contest. Sometimes it's not always the best policy to be that
aggressive.
Aggressive. You know, aggression, yes, but it's got to be controlled. And if it's loose, then you are going to be like a loose cannon.
And Ferriol did a really good job of taking Chanteria's, really aggressive grab to bring her hips forward, and Ferriol did exactly the right technique to take advantage of that particular stance that Chanteria had adopted in order to try and attack. Oh, and there she goes again. She's doing it again, and this time Ferriol's not. Oh, and turns with a different response. Anuchimata this time.
Wouldn't have scored there. With the left hand going down and just having the right hand on.
But it completely disrupted the attack, which was the thing. Because Chanteria is just deadly with that lift. Okay. And Ferriol picks up a Shido. I think she might have grabbed the leg. How did she grab the leg when she was that high? Okay, so it's Ferriol. So far, Ferriol has found good responses to Chanteria, but you can't count on that. You can't count on somebody, continually being able to ameliorate Chanteria's attacks with perfect efficacy, because she's just too good. She's going to come in and she's going to catch you. Although Ferriol's doing a really good job. That one was, just took Chanteria way out of position. But of course, if Ferriol doesn't attack, then she'll get penalized for that too. So she's got to find a way to make positive attacks herself. Although clock is running fast, it's already down to 2.5 minutes. Now we're in this side of even position. Clearly, Chanteria is the physically stronger player. And if Ferriol can find a way to find her own entry so that she can show that she's not just countering Chanteria, coming around to the outside, bringing Ferriol down.
Again, I'll go back to the time when you need to just look across there, look at the scoreboard, Wazari down, 2 minutes on the clock, half the contest to come.
Yeah.
You're the one with the big guns, you're the one with the weapons that can catch your opponent. Don't panic, wait for the right time, tidy things up. There's no left arm there, so it's going to be difficult to come up with the score. That's just around the head. Take your time, come back, as you have shown that you can sensibly earlier today, and come up with a good, strong attack.
The one difference here between that earlier match and this one is that Ferriol has been able to use what Chanteria is giving her. Whereas before, it was, I can't remember who it was that caught Chanteria and came after her. So Chanteria is finding herself in a situation where her own attacks are being shut down, and turned against her. It's really good.
I don't think there's a great deal there, from Ferriol.
Nothing aggressive.
Yeah, she's not generating anything. Everything is feeding off a missed attack, poor position from Chanteria, and then she looks to take some kind of advantage. There's a single Shido up there at the moment. If she's not careful, there'll be another, and there's plenty of time for her to pick up a third if Chanteria has gas in the tank to keep up with the attacks.
Oh boy.
Need to drop the hips here a little bit.
Oh boy.
One more attack. Chanteria needed to put in another attack there.
Yeah. Okay, a Shido for Chanteria. for holding on to something too long, holding on to that crushing grip too long.
No, what had happened was her arm had gone over onto one side.
Right.
So she was now on one side and got penalised for that. How many penalties did Chanteria have? Just she didn't have one, so that's the first one.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Okay, they've got a penalty apiece there. She's still, the bigger and the more aggressive. Back up on your feet. It's really tricky here. If the coach is telling her the right thing, she's one big attack away from taking this.
Or at least drawing the second penalty on Ferial. But we're starting to run down. We're getting close.
Much better if she finishes with the scoring technique rather than... And she does pick up another penalty. I don't even know if the scoreboard has seen that.
No.
You definitely gave her the second penalty.
There it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, 30 seconds left. Ferial still not... she was kind of locked up there. But she's definitely... there's time for her to pick up that third penalty. And she doesn't want to go there. She's got to now turn it up a little bit, bring it to Chanteria, so that she is... there we go. There's a bit of a step in, but it gives Chanteria the hip. Oh, but she turns out. And that... if she had jumped on Chanteria's back, that would have been an opportunity to do a little bit of newaza. 14 seconds. Chanteria is really in a tough spot.
Calma.
Can Chanteria do it? Can she really? Does she have one more? There.
Oh, close again.
Now, if Ferial's smart, she'll really drive.
This is the first time that we've seen Chanteria having to defend on the ground, but she held on to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So with that initial score, Ferial did a really, really good job of capitalizing on that, continuing to play just enough to lock Chanteria out, using the things that she was giving. Chanteria just couldn't quite find the attack that she needed.
Like that one? Engaging and attractive, was it?
No, I wouldn't say that it was engaging and attractive, but I have some respect for it. I feel like, it wasn't the most brilliant judo, but it was good play.
At the end of the day, when they write down in the win or loss column, all it's going to say is W. It's going to say how it looked, or how they dragged around, or how close she came to getting scored on, or whatever. That's all it's going to say.
And that was a really good throw. That was good. What Ferial did there was really good. Yeah. And it was a hair away from being an ippon. If she had been able to turn a little bit more, Chanteria would have been done right there.
Ferial did two good things in that contest. One was the score. The second thing was to hold on to it.
Hold on to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, next contest, final.
Right, we come now to the final of the under 70 kilo category.
Referee from Austria, Mr.
Asahi Mami of Japan faces Medina Taimazova of Russia. It will be Asahi in the white judogi, Taimazova in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Roland Poiger of Austria. Yeah, two good things. Scored and then held on to it. It didn't matter that it was ugly. It didn't matter. She had her goal, which was to make sure that she didn't let that bronze medal go once she'd got one hand on it. And she did it. It was down to Chanteria, really, to pull things back. And then unfortunately for the Georgian, she wasn't able to.
Not quite.
The final of the under 70 kilo category. Asahi in the white judogi, Taimazova in blue. And both fighters, to be honest, have been really impressive today. Different ways of getting here, but I have been impressed with both routes, both ways.
Yeah, Taimazova's initial match against Sonoda, which just showed, again, a very, very well-planned and well-executed match versus Asahi, who's just brought everything that Japan always brings to their matches. Determination, focus, discipline, tremendous skill.
Taimazova, without it being readily apparent, I think, is a very, very clever fighter. And every time that she's been on the tatami, she appears to have come up, or she appears to have come to the tatami with a plan. And it's been a different plan for each fighter that she's faced. And she's managed it up to this point really, really well. I'm just wondering what her and her team have got in mind for Asahi Mami.
Well, I don't know that, I think maybe the big difference between Asahi and Tsunoda is that Tsunoda is just really clearly really well known for her mat work. And Taimazova, actually, you could say that she actually exercised really good judo in that she turned that against Tsunoda.
Yeah,
Whereas Asahi probably doesn't have that kind of overemphasis on one aspect of judo. And so it might be a little more difficult then to say, okay, how can I turn this? How can I take this aspect of her play and use it against her? And so we see Taimazova being more active on the feet. And so this may be, this could be a problem then too, if you have that sort of strategic approach anyway. You still need to bring your own game. You can't just use what they're giving you. So Taimazova has these big lunging attacks, barely gets a grip, and then lunges in. And Asahi is equally comfortable on that. So here we are coming in for katatejime. She's equally comfortable on her feet and on the mat. Already 1:33 left in the match. This has just flown by. Taimazova with one. Okay, there we go. Wazari and into osaikomi. Yeah. Oh, it might get broken. Yeah, to get that. Still, that gave Asahi the opportunity to break Taimazova down for the Wazari. Now, this is going to put Taimazova in a situation where I don't know that we've seen her, where she's been behind. Now she has to make up the deficit. And how is she going to do that when she already also has a Shido and under a minute to go? This is not where I don't think this is ever where she plans to be.
Yeah, I don't think that the Shido is going to trouble her because she's not looking to defend.
No.
She's the one who's going to be coming forward.
Oh, wow. Okay. Who would you call that for?
Well, I think he's called it for the Japanese, and in a way, I wish he hadn't, because we've seen a situation like this before. We're going to need to look at who initiates the technique. Once you say, this person has initiated that technique, you can leave out anything else apart from saying, does that player complete the technique? So in the middle of it, don't start worrying about whether there's a count or anything. Just look. Right.
Okay.
So they've had a look at that. This was an instance where they were going to determine whether white took over the technique of blue. They've seen blue's attempt. She doesn't complete. So the next thing that you do when you say blue doesn't complete is, does white take over?
Started.
So it's white anyway.
Yeah, that's
so
what I
then there's nothing to look at.
Right.
There is nothing to look at from blue.
Right.
So it's white instead of blue, sorry. Does white complete the technique?
Wow.
White completes the technique.
Yeah.
Because all she needs to do anyway is to have part of the scoring part of the body. She's got
Right.
Wazari on the board anyway.
And it would have been a Wazari.
And it would have been a
that
Wazari
was an
rather than
Ippon.
Ippon.
Right.
But it happened to be that they happened to give Ippon for it. So, sorry, I mixed it up between the colours.
Right.
All you had to do is look at white. Does white complete the technique? And the answer to that was yes.
Right.
In the story.
And that was terrific, Uchimata.
Well, bad news for Taimazova and bad news for Chanteria, because they both lost their contests. And really, they were contests that they needed to win, not just for today, but for Sunday in the teams. Don't want to go in there as a loser against those people. Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 81 kilo category. But you see what I mean?
Yes.
You don't want to be giving away that advantage.
Silver medalist representing Russia.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Tato Grigalashvili of Georgia. There's a bronze medal also for Guilherme Schmidt of Brazil. Silver medal goes to David Karapetian of Russia. The gold medal goes to Vladimir Akhalkadze of Georgia. He doesn't seem that disappointed, does he? Karapetian.
Prize money and the flowers will be presented.
No, he seems like he's okay.
Akhalkadze was a revelation today because we never even had him on the radar this morning.
No.
We were talking about all sorts of people.
Right. We were talking about...
And all sorts of people from Georgia.
Yeah.
And others, you know.
Right.
But we didn't mention his name. And then all of a sudden, there he was.
There it was. Well, he wasn't even seated.
Yeah, that was why we didn't look at him.
Yeah. And, you know...
Well, that's our excuse
there was
anyway.
All rise for the national anthem of Georgia.
And now, the national anthem of Georgia.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with VIPs and judoka.
Nicely balanced at the moment. And the medal table and everything. There's a massive battle going on here. And Georgia have just put themselves in second place behind Japan in the medal table. And there's still the under 90 kilo category final to come, where if Georgia were to take a silver, they could. No, they would not, because Japan have 2 silvers. So we shall see. They need to take gold.
Well,
they take gold, they top the medal table.
3 contests left.
Well, Bakauri, I think, is a pretty good bet.
Yeah, I've got my money there. Now, there is no betting in judo, but if there were...
Just an expression.
Yeah. Right, okay, let's get ready for the under 90 kilo category. The first of the bronze medal contests in the under 90 kilo category features Tony Miletic of Bosnia-Herzegovina. He's going to go up against Gennaro Pirelli of Italy. It's Miletic in the white judogi, Pirelli in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Ioano Babiuk of Romania.
In blue, representing Italy.
So one thought I have, if I were the Georgian coach, I'd be looking particularly for Grigorashvili, I'd be looking at Grigorashvili and Akalkatsi both played Karapetyan, and yet the result was so different. I would be looking. It's like, what is it that that Akalkatsi brought to that match that Grigorashvili needs to pick up as well. So we watched both of these guys earlier today. Pirelli's about to get called for stepping out. Pirelli did a really good job there of driving him into the corner, forcing the penalty. Let's see if Miletić lets that happen again. There he goes. Pirelli's really... So we know what Pirelli's planning on here. Oh, good job on Miletić's part, taking the drive that Pirelli was giving him and turning it into an attack. That's exactly what you have to do. There's so much pressure in that direction. It's hard, it's difficult, but it's what you need to do. Now Pirelli changing his game up, not trying to drive towards the side anymore, but instead going in for much more conventional, aggressive judo. Coming in with an attack that Miletić pretty handily shuts down. Going down to the mat, but not a whole lot of serious newaza there. So Miletić needs to get in the driver's seat. Right now, Pirelli's been doing all of the navigating. So, got to figure out a way. Miletić has to figure out a way to start determining how this match is going to go. And Pirelli in for another attack. Not a terrifically effective one, but enough to show that he's really still trying to make this match go his way. Miletić, if he doesn't attack as well, he's really in danger of picking up the second Shido as we just passed the halfway point. So plenty of time, and second Shido will put him under considerable pressure. So Pirelli's pretty clever in how he works the mat here. He comes around to Miletić's side, circles around behind him. It didn't work this time, but and then when he initiates an attack, it ends up with Miletić's back against the side. There we go. That's a bit more. But Miletić picks up that second Shido. So see, just like that. He circles around, gets his back to the edge, but then when they get their grip, and then when the real exchange happens, Miletić is going to end up with his back to the edge, just like that. And then Pirelli starts to really press. Okay, Miletić doing a much better job going to the side.
You get yourself all the way over there. You manage to turn. You're in the Makikomi position, and
you let go.
Got to come up with a bigger, stronger attack. Something more threatening than just collapsing at the feet of your opponent. Sorry. Big, strong athlete, good movement. Shown some good things today. Just that little bit of, care and attention to that attack.
Well, let's give some credit to Pirelli, too. It looks like he's a pretty hard guy to grip.
Well, the Italian... Oh, sorry, I didn't realise the pun there. Tyres that grip. Oh, well done, Gene. Oh my God. It's not right, is it? Just once I have to work with a professional. Come on.
No, but really, Pirelli is no slouch. I mean, he's obviously an incredibly good tactical player, but you know, Miletic just has had trouble getting a really good, solid grip on him the whole time.
Yeah, he's made it difficult for him, and I just, you know, maybe with that previous attack, I just felt that because he opened him up a little bit and he got past the defence, that he could have done something there. Chance for a turnover, can work on the Shimiwaza at the same time, but only a couple of seconds left in there anyway. And this one looks as though it's heading for golden score.
Now that was a really unconvincing attack by Pirelli that last time, and he does. He picks up the Judo. There we go.
You will get a badge.
I hope so. I so deserve one.
No, you come on the exam with me.
Oh, yeah, sure. Where is it, Brazil?
I don't know, Ecuador or Bolivia or somewhere, you know.
I'll pop right there.
Yeah, right, just hop over. You know, Dominican Republic, maybe. Santo Domingo. Right, we are going to have a period of golden score. The scoreboard just needs to turn round, get both the names on. GS in the bottom right-hand corner, and we're off.
First golden score match of the final rounds. Everything else has been finishing up really, really expeditiously.
We've got 2 more contests after this, 2 more awarding ceremonies, and it's 10 to 5. We don't normally start the final block until 5 o'clock.
No.
Just heaven, the way that this has worked out.
Well, I'm very glad to have it, because after that, the preliminary rounds this morning, I couldn't have taken them. That was work. That was so... It was great. I mean, I enjoyed the heck out of it, but man, that was exhausting. There's so much going on. Oh! A third Shido for Miletic. For false attack, I think it was. Either that or defensiveness. And I don't think he can believe it. And so you asked me before, was that beautiful judo? It's like, okay.
No.
And I would say, okay, this is particularly even less beautiful judo because it was all tactical. Pirelli never made an attempt to throw Miletic. It was all about manipulating the score, the penalties. And it's a result. And as you say, it's going to go on his record as a bronze medal.
Only you and I, and whomsoever it is that is watching at home, will remember just what a poor effort that really was.
Yeah, poor, I agree, and impoverished, because it wasn't rich. It wasn't a rich display of judo.
Pirelli didn't show us his best in that, and I put that down to Miletic being a difficult opponent to get by, and the 2 styles didn't really make for the most attractive of medal matches. It was the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 90 kilo category. Mercifully, we've got a second, which should bring us back to the quality of some of the judo that we saw early on today. Louis Mai of Germany faces Mashiyama Kosuke of Japan. It's Mai in the white judogi, Mashiyama in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Raul Camacho.
And just one last thought to end that on a positive note for that observation for that last match is that if Pirelli played one kind of judo, I feel like even though he lost, Miletic played another kind of judo, which I find much more straightforward, much more genuine, and just wasn't able to make it pay off. So hats off to Miletic for what he tried to do. And congratulations to Pirelli on a bronze medal. Mai coming around. Mashiyama in for Ouchigari. And again for Sewanage. 3 attacks by Mashiyama. I meant to say Mashiyama for that first one. So 3 attacks by Mashiyama in rapid order. And Mai just hanging on. And now he's thinking to himself, whew, really grabbed the whirlwind here. Mashiyama, again, Mashiyama, third, 6 attacks now by Mashiyama. Sewanage, Ouchigari, Sewanage. Just this rapid fire. And so Mai just getting the first Judo. Oh, Chigari for Mashiyama. He's coming off that loss to Bikauri, not fooling around. Oh, Chigari. Now he's got to be careful. Mashiyama has had really terrific attacks, but he's got to make sure they're clean because Mai is no slouch. He's going to be able to turn it if you give him the slightest opportunity. So attack, 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 but attack well. Make sure you keep them solid, you keep them clean. Like that. So Mashiyama coming in for that Sewanage, and Mai, now that he's had one of the downsides, if you give your opponent many, many opportunities to read your attack, they're going to get to know it, and you're giving them the opportunity to counter you. And Mai is starting to learn how Mashiyama is coming in. So we'll see. Oh, finally, big attack on Mai's part. First one. So Mashiyama has to find a way to set it up and do it even more cleanly, or switch it up to a totally different attack. Mai writing that one down, so he's not flinging Mai around the way he was in the first 30 seconds of the match. So Mai catching up a bit. Mashiyama again in for Sewanage. And Mai getting better and better at reading it and stopping it. Oh, Chigari. Ooh, wow.
They mistimed. He was about to turn and Mashiyama was about to attack.
Yeah.
Half the contest still to come. Single Shido against Mai. He's done good to stay in it up to this point, to be honest. Mashiyama's been throwing everything at him.
Oh, see? And then there, even more. Okay, Mashiyama has really got to change it up. Mai is going to catch him. And Mai is doing a great job of learning Mashiyama's movement and getting better and better at not just stopping it, but starting to find ways to turn it. So, but second Shido, because Mashiyama does have all of these attacks. Oh, Chigari. Again, oh, Chigari. That was better.
Normally, the Japanese tempo is not as fast as this. This is much more reminiscent of the South Korean tempo, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Non-stop.
Yeah. It's a little almost frenetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Chigari.
He doesn't have a chance to settle, Mai.
Oh, that should be a Wazari, I would think.
I think the second part was the push down. There was the landing there that wasn't enough to give a score. There was a stop, and then there was the push.
Oh, but why wasn't it enough to give a score?
Well, he didn't land him on sufficient enough part of the scoring part of the body.
I thought it was. I thought his hip was turned. His shoulder was a little out, but the lower part of his back was completely exposed.
They didn't feel that there was enough. And then when he did get pushed there.
Right. Oh, so that was a different one.
When he did get pushed, then the two didn't connect.
Yeah. Big Osoto?
Well, they did, but they didn't connect quick enough.
Right. Well, that's why I don't have a badge. I'm not going to be offered one. Oh! Wow! And Mai found it. He found the hole in Mashiyama's movement. And the camera was just not quite on it for us. Couldn't quite see it. Just saw the big blur.
Well, we can't blame Freddie for that one because he's not in charge of the camera. No. He's shaking his head here. He can't believe it. He can't believe that he's not going to be able to give us that. We'll have to wait for whatever replay they give us. Yeah. That was incredible.
That was an incredible throw. Really, really good.
You can celebrate now.
But there we go.
Oh, lovely replay. Shame we didn't get it first time around.
So Mashiyama, see, that's what we saw the first time. So this Kataguruma, and he's surprised as hell himself. I don't think he even planned to do that. He's probably practiced it so many times, he just felt the opening and then he did it. And there he goes, oh my God, I did it!
I'm just wondering who of the pair is the more shocked. Mai or Mashiyama. Mashiyama has disappeared, so we can't see his reaction to it all, but Louis Mai hasn't left the arena yet. He's going to walk past Lasha Bakauri any minute as he makes his way to the tatami for the final of the under 90 kilo category. Lasha Bakauri of Georgia faces Gosh Roland of Hungary. It'll be Bakauri in the white judogi, Gosh in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Frank Dirt of Germany. Jean, your thoughts on the upcoming final?
I think this is going to be really good judo, and it's not going to take the whole time.
Well, the Hungarians are hoping that you're putting your money on Gosh getting rid of Bakauri. I'm not at all sure that is what's going to happen.
Gosh is a great fighter. He's, really strong. Great respect for him. But I think Bakauri's just operating at another level. Ooh, got a blood.
Yeah. Gosh, Roland was saying, look, he's got a nose injury. I don't think he can continue.
Right. He can go away now.
Yeah. He's going to have to retire hurt.
His nose is broken. Look at it. It's hanging off of his face.
Surely he can't come back from that.
Poor guy. I feel really bad for him. Okay, that gives us a little breather.
The first half minute was frenetic because they were both, sizing themselves up for getting in close.
Yep.
And my thoughts on this are, if you were going to run the risk of getting in close with anyone, that last person you want to get in close with is a Georgian.
Yeah.
But, some people like to go brave, and gosh, Roland is still in it. There's Lasha Gudigiani, who we were chatting about earlier on when I misidentified the Russian coach as being Ivan Pershin. It's Kirill Voprosov, and then I brought up pictures on my laptop to show Jean just how similar Ivan Pershin and Kirill Voprosov look, and they do, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I thought they were the same guy.
Well, thanks for that, because
You're welcome.
So did I. I actually also thought that they were the same guy.
Not that all Russians look alike or anything.
But those two do.
Okay, here we go. Bakauri's back. Not bleeding. Gosh is going, oh gosh, darn it. And Bakauri not wasting any time. Now he's got a grip on the same side. Okay, let go there. Really coming around. Gosh trying desperately to launch an attack to get Bakauri out of position. More blood. He's bleeding again.
And Gosh is pointing out where on the mat it is. Yeah, just on the mat, but we won't send him off for a second time. It's a little cut under the lip, isn't it?
I think that's just a drip.
Oh, okay.
I think it was coming from his nose. Yes, here is spot.
I'd be doing it myself, just trying to stop it whilst they were tidying up the mat. A gold medal win here for Georgia would put them atop the medal table at the Junior World Championships on day 3 with 1 day to come. Good place to be. Mind you, they haven't got nearly as much firepower on day 4 as Japan have with the 2 heavyweights.
Oh,
they've got 1.
Ow. You break my nose?
I slap you around.
Oh my goodness. These guys are really battling.
Well, the outcome every time that something like this has happened has been that Bakauri has ended up throwing his opponent.
Yep, there we go. Ghost thought, I can lift you. And then Bakauri comes down behind. does this amazing Osoto.
We ask you please stay with us for the awarding ceremonies. Thank you.
Well,
Ghosh is going, well, didn't I say it wasn't going to take all that long?
one, you said it wasn't going to take all that long. Absolutely right. Two, I said don't get close up, grabbing, pulling in, and running the risk of getting dumped when you're with a Georgian. And, unfortunately, he decided that was the way he was going to go. Maybe he thought that he would at some stage get caught anyway, so maybe he had a chance of catching him.
And I also said it was going to be really good judo. And it was. Ghosh came in with a really powerful attack against, catching Bikauri out of position.
Absolutely, he was.
Bikauri did a brilliant job of hopping around this Ken approach to Osotogari and brought him down with a brilliant Georgian Osotogari. You can't get more Georgian than that with judo.
Well,
so good judo, not long.
We had two gold medal contests for men today, both of which were won by Georgians.
Good for Georgia.
Akhalkatsi and now Bikauri. Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 70 kilo category. And the first of the bronze medals goes to Morgan Ferriol of France. There's also a bronze medal for Marlena Galandi of Germany. Oh, they just did the presentations the wrong way around. Okay, never mind.
Silver medalist representing Russia, Madina.
Silver medal goes to Madina Taimazova of Russia.
Gold medalist in 2018.
But the gold medal goes to Asahi Mami of Japan. They all had something to offer up, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Ferriol or Galandi, but in all honesty, Asahi during the day and Taimazova were the two to watch, and then they gave us a good final as well.
So you have to give a lot of credit to Galandi. She did a good job, and Ferriol, it was a good throw. All of them, all good throws. So I think all the gold medal matches ended in Ippon too. So really good, wonderful final round on this third day.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Japan.
And now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Now, family picture with VIP and judoka.
There's the winning quartet. Yeah.
Look at that. That's just an amazing picture.
Poor old Taimaz over there. She's the only one without a real smile. Not happy, is she? Not a real happy camper. Right, at the beginning of the week, I wrote a piece that said Japan was not going to have it all its own way. They won 7 gold medals at the last Junior World Championships, and I said, I don't think that's going to happen this time round. They're going to be pushed a lot harder, and they've won 2 so far, and even if they win all the gold medals available tomorrow, they'll end up with 6, which will be 1 less than they did last time round. They will not win all 4 gold medals tomorrow. It's not going to happen. So this competition and the competitors that we've had to go up against the Japanese this time round have, proved me right. They've been a lot tougher to get by. It's been a lot closer, a lot more attractive this time round, I think. Last time it was not clean sweep, but it was painful watching. Right, one more awarding ceremony for us to bring you. It's the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 90 kilo category. We'll get underway with that in a couple of minutes. Time. It looks as though they're already down there. And then we'll give you a rundown of the medal table right at the end. But for those of you who are rushing off now and can't stick around, thanks very much for taking the time to join us here in Marrakech, whenever you happen to be joining, whether you were there from the get-go this morning at 10:30 or whether you just snuck in here at the end with the final block. Anyway, here are the athletes lined up and ready to receive their medals. Lasha Bikauri can't wait, can he?
It'll be a second one.
The medals are being presented by the International Judo Federation ambassador and a member of the IJF Medical Commission, Mr. Castro. The first of the bronze medals goes to Louis May of Germany. There's a bronze medal also for Gennaro Pirelli of Italy.
Silver medalist representing Hungary, Göz Roland.
Silver medal goes to Göz Roland of Hungary. The gold medal goes to Lasha Bikauri of Georgia.
What a happy smile.
Cut chin and all.
Prize money and the flowers will be
There's a
presented
cut.
by the
Double
member of the
world
International
champion.
Federation.
Juniors, albeit, but
Well earned.
what a sign. What a sign. Alkazi, Bikauri and Lipatiliani. Who's to say that there won't be another gold medal for Georgia tomorrow, possibly with Gela Zalishvili, who is defending the plus 100 kilo title.
Yeah.
He's the favourite, the number 1 seed. Boys in the driving seat.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But we've
please
seen several
authorize
first
for the
seeds
national
get knocked out.
anthem of Georgia.
Not Georgians. And now the national anthem of Georgia. There was a nice little point there that Gene made when I said about Georgia, and he was the number 1 seed for tomorrow, Gela Zalishvili, and there have been a number of number 1 seeds who've been knocked out. Not if they're Georgian. We've had 2 number 1 seeds from Georgia, Ete Lipatiliani and
Bakari.
Lasha Bikauri. Both of them have been gold medal winners. And tomorrow we've got Gela Zalishvili. They could be 3 for 3. Right now the 3 happens to be 3 gold medals for Georgia. They top the medal table. Japan are second with 2, and there have been a gold medal apiece for Russia, Hungary, Brazil, Mongolia and Tajikistan. That brings our live transmission from Marrakech to a close. We'll be back tomorrow with more action from the 4th and final day of individual competitions. It's the heavier weights tomorrow. We look forward to your company then, but from Jean Shin and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.